Hi, this is Valerie Abrahamian with Advocates for Angels, and welcome to my Facebook page. Today I'm going to be talking about tape recording your IEP meeting. So there are many great reasons why a parent should tape record their IEP meeting, and I'm going to go through those with you today. But first I'd like to tell you, how does a parent notify the district that they are going to tape record their IEP meeting? So you would write what's called a notice to tape. And you do that in writing, either by email, or you can send a letter or give your case carrier just hand them a letter. However you want to do it, it just has to be documented. Emails, of course, are the easiest way. That's what I always do. And you would send that either to your case carrier or to your program specialist or district representative. And you simply say, please accept this correspondence as notice to tape my child's IEP meeting scheduled for, and the date and time. And boom, you're done. So that's your notice to tape. And after that occurs, the district will respond to you and they'll say, okay, we received your notice to tape, but we're also going to tape record as well. So a lot of parents think, oh, well, they're going to tape just because I'm taping. And really, no, that's not why. If a parent's going to tape record a meeting, then the district also needs a record as well of the meeting. So that's just in response to your notice to tape. It's not an adversarial move or strategy. And talking about adversarial, a lot of parents feel like, oh, I don't want to tell the district I'm going to tape record because that only happens when you're going to file for hearing or you're wanting to go into litigation. But that's not true at all. It's really best practices for parents to tape record your IEP meeting. And I'd like to give you a lot of the reasons why it's best practices. So first off, as you know, at IEP meetings, you have so much discussion, so much information, tons of crucial information that goes on regarding your child's IEP. So how can a parent interpret, digest, and take in all of that information when parents are already highly stressed out because of the IEP meeting? You're extremely emotional, and there's all these people around the table, and there's you, and so you're already feeling that stress of, oh, it's only me against all these people. And so it's always best to tape record your meeting, because then you can go back and you have a record to listen to all the amazing information that was discussed about your child. Also, what if there's assessment findings that are discussed at your meeting? So assessments, as you know, if you're a parent, are extremely confusing. They talk about all this educational jargon and acronyms, and there might even be medical stuff in there. If you got an IEE done, there might be some medical terms and diagnoses in there as well. So it's really hard to understand and interpret that under the pressure sitting in an IEP meeting. So to have a record of it, to go back and listen to all that information, it's a teaching tool to learn how to become a better advocate for your child. Also, even if it's not assessments that you're going over at your meeting, if it's an annual, you're going to be talking about your child's many other things that are so important. Your services for your child, just many discussions that are held that just go right over your head and you don't remember. So if you have a record, you can go back and listen to it. Another important reason is that as you know, if it wasn't written, it didn't happen, which is one of my quotes that parents should always know, Advocacy 101. If it's not written in the IEP, then the discussion never took place. So you can have the most, collaborative and amazing discussion regarding your child and come to a great outcome and a conclusion of that discussion regarding a concern you might have or a request that you might have. But if it's not documented in the IEP, then the discussion never happened. Nothing's going to take place. Nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to be implemented. So you have a record that discussion was had at the meeting. There was an outcome. This was the decision that the IEP team agreed upon, but it wasn't documented in your notes or anywhere in your IEP. So you can go back to your program specialist or your case carrier and say, hey, we discussed this. I got it on the tape, but there's nowhere that it's documented in the IEP. Can you please revise my IEP for me? So, which is very, huge, because you don't want to have to call another IEP meeting to have the discussion all over again just to have that piece documented that was left out in the notes. This happens all the time. So those are some of the reasons why it is really important for parents to tape record their IEP meeting. And I hope this was helpful to you. And if it is, I hope you like my page, and I'll be posting lots more of these Facebook Lives in the future. Thanks. I'll see you soon.